Hello. So today I'm going to be recording my video. So first the equation I did is the second one, q of x equals 4 divided by x squared plus x minus 6. So the first thing I did was to factor this equation into factored form. So I'm just going to rewrite this 4. So we needed a number that plus to 1 and time to multiply to 6. So the number I did is -2 plus 3. That will give me 1 and 2 times 3, which would get me 6. So I will just simply copy this down. X minus 2 and then x plus 3. So now this is our factored formed equation, and this is what we're going to be working with. All right, the next thing I did was to find the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. So first, for the vertical asymptote, I set the denominator to 0, which gave me x minus 2 and equals to 2. So the first vertical asymptote will be 2, and x plus 3 equals 0, x equals -3. So these are my two vertical asymptotes, 2 and -3. And next, we're going to be finding the horizontal asymptote. Oh, sorry. But there is a slight problem because there is none. Because 4 divided by 0 is still 0. And if the degree of denominator is less than the denominator, the horizontal asymptote is automatically 0. So the horizontal asymptote will be 0. So if we write this, y equals 0, and x equals 2 and -3. All right, next we're going to be finding the two intercepts. So first, the x-intercept. So the x-intercept is none because the numerator is just 4 and it can't be 0. So x-intercept would be 0. And sorry, x-intercept would be none. And for the y-intercept, we just look, we get -4 over 6. We set the First of all, we set the denominator to 0, so we will get 4 over 0 -2 times 0 plus 3, and that will just equal 4 over -2 times 3, and that's how we got negative 4 over 6, and we can just simply simplify that to -2 over 3, just easier. And next, we're going to find our domain and our range. So first, domain. Domain, first we're going to do XER. And we're going to, some restrictions we have is the vertical asymptote. In this case, x cannot equal to 2 and -3. And next, our range, again, YER. And it cannot be our horizontal asymptote, which is a restriction. So y cannot be 0. All right, next, we're just gonna plug in what we have into the graph. So I'm gonna use a different color here. So for the vertical asymptote, we have 2. I'm gonna draw a line right here. And the other vertical asymptote we have is -3. I'm just gonna draw another line right here. And the horizontal asymptote, it is 0. So I'm just gonna draw a line right here. I know it's a little big, but it's whatever.
I think I'm good.
Right? And then next we're gonna plug in some of the points we have. So first, one of the point we have, it is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is -2 over 3. So it should be you know, should be around right here. And next we're gonna find the local max. So as you can see, we have -3 and 2. So the number in between that would be -0.5. And that would be the x value for our local max. And then we can just simply plug in this number into our equation, y equals 4 over -0.5 minus 2, and then -0.5 plus 3, and that would get us y equals 4 over -6.25, and that is just -0.64, and our local maximum will be -0.5 as the x, and -0.64 for the y, and we're just going to plug that in. So it should be around right here. And next, we're just going to graph this going down. All right, next, let's find some good points. So some of the good points I will be doing today is 3 and -4. So let me make some room here. So first, we just plug in the x value that we want to find into the formula to get the full point. So y equals, yeah, so we're finding our anchor points right now. So anchor point, I'm going to call this anchor point number 1. So how we're going to do this, we're just going to simply plug in our value. We're going to start with -4. 4 over -4 minus 2 times -4 plus 3, and we will get 4 over +6, which simplifies to 2 over 3. So 2 over 3 should be around right here. Should be around right here. And next, we're going to do the same thing to find our other anchor point on the other side. The other anchor point I did, I'm going to copy this down so it's more clear. I picked the point x equals to 3. And now we just do the same thing, plug the formula in, 3 minus 2, and 3 plus 3, and we would get the same y value. So that our anchor point 2 would be x, would be 3 over 2, 2 over 3, sorry. And now we can simply finish our graph. Should look something like this. Should look something like this. And next, we need to find the ending, and we also would need to find so next we're gonna do the direction of ending. So we're gonna start off with a chart we have, and then we're just gonna label the arrows so it's more clear. So we got arrow number 1, arrow number 2, arrow number 3, arrow number 4, arrow number 5 right here, last arrow number 6. So if we look at arrow number 1, we can see first thing we can see is x is going to -infinity, and the y is going up to the vertical and the y is going to the vertical asymptote of 0. Because that is a horizontal asymptote. And next, number 2, x is going to +infinity, and Y is also going to 0, horizontal asymptote, and both of these are coming from the positive side, so both of them will have a plus. And next, we're going to look at arrow number 3. The Y is going up to infinity, so positive infinity, and the X is going to the horizontal vertical asymptote, which is -3, and is coming from the left side, so it will be negative. And same thing for arrow number 4, but instead Y is going to negative infinity, and X is also going to -3 infinity, because that is a vertical asymptote right here, as you can see right here. And this is coming from the right, so this will be positive. And next, arrow number 5, Y is going to negative infinity, as you can see right here. And X is going to this vertical asymptote, so 2 is coming from the left to the right, so it will be a negative sign. And for our last one, going to infinity and 2, and it is positive because it's going from the left to the right. All right, next, we're gonna do our positive, negative, rock, positive, rate of change, negative, and rate of change increase, and rate of change decrease. So if we look at the chart here, for the first one, it's just whatever is over the x. So as you can see, negative infinity to -3 is over the x, and also the other part 2 to infinity, and the negative would just be from -3 to 2. And next, rock, positive. So that would just be if the direction is going up. So first, negative infinity to -3, and we also have, sorry, we also have -3 to -0.5. I'll explain that in a second. So you can see this right here, from this vertical asymptote to the top before it starts going down. And now the rest is just negative, -0.5 to 2, and positive to infinity. And next, we're going to talk about the increase and decrease. So from what you know, increase should be a smiley face, and decrease, it is a sad face. And if we simply look at our graph, we can easily tell it is also the same as the first one. So we can copy it down, but as you can see here, these two are part of a smiley face, and this whole thing is kind of just like a sad face. So 2 to infinity, and -3 and 2. All right, that should be everything. Hope you enjoy the video, and have a great rest of your day.